Assassin's Creed is a famous video game franchise that's been around since 2007. Since then, there have been 13 mainline games, with number 14 coming in November in the form of Assassin's Creed Shadows, a game that I am very much looking forward to. In the meantime, I decided to go for Mirage's Platinum to scratch that Assassin's Creed itch, as it's also been on my radar for some time now. If you've ever done the Platinum for any of the other AC games, you'll know exactly what to expect from this one, as all of them are very similar. Basically, beat the game, clear the map, and do a few miscellaneous trophies on the side. Mirage's Platinum comes in at a short 25 hours, which is a lot less than some of the others. The game starts off with our protagonist Basim having a nightmare where he comes face to face with a creature referred to as the Jinni. He wakes up and is immediately comforted by his friend Nihal, whose dialogue reveals that these nightmares are a common occurrence for Basim.
Was it the Jinni again? And what did our friend want this time?
If you've played Valhalla, you might have an idea what all that's about. When the cutscene finishes, I get to take control of Basim and take my first look at the open world I'll be spending my time in. I'm introduced to the controls, and I immediately knew that the parkour was going to be way more fun than in the last 3 games. In those games, I found myself using my horse to traverse the world 90% of the time. In Mirage, running on rooftops and jumping from beam to beam wasn't just more fun, I'd argue it was quicker as well. Pair that with the fact that Basim simply just moves quicker than our previous 3 protagonists, and it's easy to see that Baghdad was going to be a fun playground. After stealing a ledger and bringing it back to the guy who gives Basim his contracts, we meet an assassin named Roshan. Basim for some reason really wants to join the assassins, but Roshan is having none of it. Desperate to become one of them, Basim decides to go and steal a chest he overheard Roshan talking about in hopes of proving himself worthy of the assassins. Of course, this goes horribly wrong, and Basim has to make a getaway. We escape and take a nap, as one does when an entire city is looking for you. When we wake up, Roshan is there and tells us that we need to leave the city, and that she has a boat at the docks. Basim goes to find Nihal, but instead finds that the city guard has done some pretty awful things to his friends. Again, we have to make a run for it, and we head towards the docks. And there's our first trophy. Master Thief of Anbar. Complete the prologue. Nice. The story picks up 2 months later at the fortress of Alamut, with Basim now being an assassin in training. This area serves as a sort of extended tutorial to the game mechanics, but also introduces you to some of the other assassins. Like this guy, who in my opinion has the coolest outfit out of everyone in Alamut. Seriously, if Basim was as good a thief as he claims to be, he would have stolen his clothes while he slept by now. Anyway, at the end of this segment, it's time for Basim to be initiated into the Assassin's Brotherhood, which requires him to cut off one of his fingers. Is it just me, or is this super counterintuitive? Like, the whole point is that the assassins need to be hidden, but they wear these hoods that nobody else wears, along with their logo as a belt buckle, and now on top of that they only have 9 fingers. At this point they might as well have assassin tattooed on their foreheads. I guess the bad guys are just dumb, because despite all that, the assassins have been getting the job done for 13 games now. Basim receives his mission, and it's time to return to Baghdad. Our second trophy. I'm not even going to try and say that. Become an initiate of the Hidden Ones. Hell yeah! From this point forward, my goal is to beat the game while also working towards some of the miscellaneous trophies. The main missions of the game are called investigations, and they work like, wouldn't you know, investigations. They're split into several smaller missions where the goal is to find information that helps Basim determine the identity of the target he needs to assassinate. That's because his targets are masked individuals who are members of the Order of the Ancients. Put simply, they're part of a cult who have some less than savory goals. In the games that are set a bit more into the future, they are known as the Templars, the sworn enemy of the assassins. When you've gathered enough information, your target is revealed and it's time to take him out. This leads to a sort of sandbox mission where there are several different ways in which you can approach the assassination. While going through the main missions, I got several other trophies, like this one. Hey, there's a trophy. 10 gods in a row without triggering open conflict. Nice! And this one.
Ali has gone and regrouped with the rebels.
And another trophy.
Roshan should be there by now as
Poster
well.
boy. At maximum notoriety, become anonymous by tearing down wanted posters. Not long after that, it's time to take out my first target.
There he is. Now is my chance. What is happening out there? This ends now. now.
The game goes straight into a cutscene where Basim and the target has one final discussion. After all these years, I'm still not sure exactly how this works, but it's been in every game, so just accept it, I guess. Basim has another encounter with the Jinni, after which we once again need to escape. We meet up with Roshan and get another trophy.
If that was indeed Nihal, I have not a clue where she went.
Assassins take no days off and we immediately start investigating the next target and pop a few trophies in the process. Street Cleaner for hiding 5 bodies in bales of hay. You Snooze You Lose for pickpocketing a guard affected by a blow dart. This one's technically missable as guards who actually have something to steal are limited. Potion Collector for collecting 10 health elixirs. Treasure Seeker for opening a chest using a token. Tokens are a special currency mainly used to bribe people into helping you in some way, shape or form. And Surprise for assassinating 10 guards from hiding spots. The next trophy I'd get would again be for assassinating one of the targets in the main story. This one was actually pretty annoying because of a glitch causing my objective not to track properly. I ran around for 40 minutes trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go before I gave up and looked it up. That's when I realized that I wasn't being stupid, my game was just bugging out. I progressed further in the mission and put on a disguise so I could get right up to my target. This disguise is one of the 2 I'd need to get for another missable trophy. After coming face to face with my target, it was pretty easy to take him out from there. I survive another encounter with the Jinni and pick up another trophy.
I need to get out of here.
The next 5 trophies came in rapidly. Put 10 guards to sleep with blow darts, complete a side mission, destroy a horn bearer's horn with a throwing knife, pickpocket 50 people, and headshot 20 guards with throwing knives. I'd find my next main target at the bazaar. She was particularly interested in a hairpin that was sold at an auction, so in order to get close to her, I used some sleight of hand to steal the hairpin and offer it to her. She must have noticed my hood and 9 fingers because she actually knew I was there to assassinate her and tried catching me off guard. I still turned her into a trophy though, so it didn't really make a difference in the end.
The Jinni. Again.
Yeah, I like this. Ooh. Fashion statement. Apply dye to an outfit. I want to go to a blacksmith because I'm pretty sure I can upgrade my sword. So let's do that if we can. Where is the blacksmith? There he is. Am I blind? She, sorry.
Good to see you.
Peace be upon you. Here is what. Care for your blade, it will reward you.
Initiative Alamut.
Good choice.
And there we get a trophy, cutting edge. The upgrading weapon. Like in the last few games, you can call upon your feathered companion. In Mirage's case, he's called Enkidu, to help you survey an area and mark objectives and enemies. My next trophy was for tagging 100 enemies using Enkidu. Trophy? Of course, tag 100 guards using Enkidu. Nice! I really need to stop saying nice every time I pop the trophy. Directly following that trophy, I would get another one for killing 5 guards with a single use of my Assassin's Focus ability. This is gonna be sick. Your first thought might be, how does that even make sense? But remember earlier I got a trophy for losing my notoriety level by pulling down those posters? Well, if you don't lower your wanted level, then a bounty hunter comes after you. While I was fighting him, I threw a smoke bomb down on the ground which gave me a trophy for smoking 20 guards with smoke bombs. And a few seconds after that I got another trophy for defeating the actual bounty hunter. The mission for the next main target was my personal favorite. He was locked deep inside of his garrison, which lent itself very well to parkour, allowing me to find creative ways of getting to him. Another target and another trophy. Both my next trophies were outfit related. The first for fully upgrading an outfit, and the second for obtaining both disguises. This is the missable trophy I mentioned earlier, and more specifically, this second disguise is the one that's actually missable.
I'm running late.
I promise not much longer, Saint.
Looks ready to me.
Get away from me, you!
Those guys are unhappy I took their Unix uniform, but I got a trophy, so all is fair. It's almost time to take out the final target, but first I take out 3 more trophies. I'm awarded the Attention Seeker trophy for distracting 10 guards with noisemakers. The Spread the News trophy for bribing a guy to take away my notoriety level 3 times.
The shorter keep getting under.
And the Serving the Light trophy for reaching the maximum rank. Keep in mind that rank and skill points are not connected. That's important for another trophy later. There are only 2 story-related trophies left, but this is obviously serious spoiler territory. If you don't want to see any spoilers, I'll put up a timestamp for after the story has concluded. Basim's final target is the head of the Order of Ancients, and she is holed up in the dome at the center of the round city. After infiltrating the dome, I have to solve a pretty easy puzzle that involves placing some books in the right order, which opens up the way to my target. Basim confronts her and she tells him that the Brotherhood of Assassins have been keeping secrets from him and that he is more than just a man. She tells him that the answers he's looking for can be found inside the temple at the Assassin's Fortress, Alamut. She doesn't get the chance to say much more than that before Roshan stabs her from behind, and what follows is some pretty intense dialogue between Basim and Roshan.
She said I was something more than man. What did she mean, Roshan? What lies beneath the temple?
That is forbidden ground. There's nothing there for you.
I told you of the nightmares. The Jinni. You called it weakness. Told me to mend it. I tried and tried, but you hid the way. You let me struggle alone.
Not alone. You are not the first to walk the shadows broken, Basim. Stitch your shattered pieces into a whole. Pour your pain into the Brotherhood. Hurt yourself of the poison she dripped, and come home to us. No more than a man, but no less than our brother. Or is it too little for you?
What if it is?
Follow the path she laid out for you, and I will kill you myself.
When the dialogue concludes, we receive the trophy for eliminating the head of the Order.
I have to get out of here. I have to tell Nihal what I have learned.
In the final mission, Basim and Nihal travel to Alamut to uncover what's hidden beneath the temple. They are ambushed and Basim loses consciousness in the struggle. As his vision fades, we see another hooded figure coming to our rescue. When Basim wakes, he is told that the fortress was attacked by the Order and that the other assassins have been killed or captured. Basim sneaks his way through to the temple, freeing the captured assassins along the way, including that guy with the sick outfit. Still jealous, by the way. Eventually I make my way to the hidden entrance beneath the temple, but Roshan rocks up to stop us from going in.
I warned you what would happen.
Shut up, Roshan. Basim is forced to fight his mentor and ultimately ends up winning, but sparing her life. Pretty badass, but in the same breath, pretty sad.
I never wanted this. But I need to know.
Basim and Nihal open the door and head inside, where they discover some very strange architecture. At the end of it all is a structure that looks to be some sort of prison cell. When it opens, Basim finds Nihal inside. It's revealed that Nihal never actually existed, but that she's been in Basim's head this whole time. A vision, or perhaps a mirage, hence the name of the game.
This is part of your reality, Basim. I am a part of your reality.
I feel like now is a good time to bring up how this game connects to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. At the end of Valhalla, you discover that Basim is in fact Loki reborn. Half Basim, half Loki. That's important to understand when it's unveiled what the deal is with the Jinni haunting Basim. The Jinni, turns out, is how Basim's mind perceives the traumatic memories of Loki being imprisoned at the hand of his brother Odin. Yes, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they're brothers. Finally understanding the reason for his torment, Basim is able to confront the Jinni and break its hold on him.
What you are. A crippling memory from a past life. And that is where you will remain.
Circling back to Nihal, we can now draw to the conclusion that she has been Loki's consciousness within Basim up to this point. Two beings present in one body, but never really in sync. Having realized this, Basim stops resisting Nihal's, aka Loki's influence, and they fuse into a single being. This is the Basim we meet in Valhalla's story.
Awaits us. A new world. Let me show you.
The reborn Basim emerges from the temple, and with a nice touch we see Enkidu rejecting Basim, sensing that he is changed. Basim gives one last monologue, concluding what I deem to be one hell of an ending.
This memory I buried of this place, this prison, the torture I suffered here, it festered for years. In darkness and dreams, masked as a jinni, to haunt me and hollow me until it consumed my waking life. But I have faced my past, my pain, embraced it. I shed my skin once, in another time, another place. But I am whole again. I remember. And as for those who thought to bind me, should any of them still walk the earth, I so look forward to our reunion. But until that day, a new world awaits.
With the story done, it's time to move on to the collectibles and cleanup phase of this platinum. I got a lot of miscellaneous trophies while I was cleaning up the map. These ranged from saving up money to getting kills with throwing knives to paying merchants and musicians to distract guards. Basic stuff. Notorious. That should be the one for surviving 10 minutes at max notoriety. I was actually very concerned whether that one was tracking or not. But it was.
You have been a fine treasure hunter, Basim.
Video collector. All 18 artifacts. I was close to fully clearing the map but was having trouble finding the last few things I needed. That's because you can only see their locations when you zoom in all the way, which makes it kind of difficult to figure out which part of the map you're looking at any point in time. After trying to find these collectibles for more than 40 minutes, with no luck, I looked up a video of all the locations and by process of elimination found the collectibles I was missing. Spy Master's Camp. And that would be where? Southern camp. There are all the trees over here. That is stupid how that works. Freaking stupid. After finishing the wilderness region, I could finally go clean up the last region and pick up my trophy.
Got you.
Used to be the one. Explorer trophy. I clean up some more collectibles and finish my 10th faction contract. On their own, these contracts were fine, but after doing 10 of them, I was well over it. Unfortunately, I would have to do several more of them because they just so happen to be a source for upgrade materials and skill points. Two things I need so I can fully upgrade all of my tools and unlock all of Basim's skills for 2 other trophies. So after completing many contracts, I finally have enough skill points to buy the last skill for our trophy. Self-improvement. I was now officially in the final stretch for the platinum. How many more? I'm gonna go ahead and say I think 3 more. Never mind, that was the last one. Not complaining.
I'll play you when I find you. What?
For the Eagle's Will trophy, I had to stay in combat for 10 minutes, and as you can imagine, this sucked. Okay, I think it's the final stretch now, I think. I don't know who's persevering more, this guard or me. No, it has to be the guard. It has to be him. I just keep going, but I'm succeeding. He keeps failing, but he keeps going, so it has to be him. Finally over. Oh, that was only 10 minutes, but it felt like a lifetime. So, I'm not gonna kill you. You have been a legend, and I will reward you by sparing your life. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you with that Men in Black memory wipe smoke, and I'll be on my way. Before I get the platinum, I just want to take a second to thank you for checking out this video. If you enjoyed watching, please leave a like and consider subscribing to see which platinum I go for next. Now, let's get that platinum. I felt it would be very fitting to finish off the platinum of an Assassin's Creed game by doing a viewpoint. This game was actually small enough that I didn't need to use every single viewpoint to find like everything across the entire map, so it feels nice to be able to leave this for last. So yeah, here in the middle of it all, this might be the highest point on the map. Cannot confirm that for sure, but let's synchronize and let's get this platinum. Fearless, now give me my platinum. Master of his fate. And what a view to pop this platinum. Overall, I really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed the fact that they went back to the roots a bit more. The city of Baghdad lends itself extremely well to the iconic parkour from Assassin's Creed. I felt like they could have taken it a bit further, taken the parkour back to like the AC Unity days. I feel like that's been the peak of Assassin's Creed parkour. But nevertheless, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.